E aí, galera que tá ligada aqui na Rádio The Rock Brasil, beleza? Hoje estamos aqui com Jack Meille, vocalista da banda Tygers of Tang. E hoje vamos estar falando sobre o álbum do ano passado e acho que é o melhor de todos, o show deles no Summer Breeze Brasil. Então, galera, fiquem ligados. Jack, how are you?
I'm good, really good, really good. Yeah, it's the
Mhm.
year seems to. Yeah, well, with Tigers we got a pretty good year already, so we were happy. There's so many things going on, and
One question I really like to ask you, and I heard, I don't know if it's true or not. Is it true that back in the 80s, Tiger Pantang played same venue as Scorpions, and you guys sold out, and they weren't that there wasn't that many people as Scorpions, but you guys are like packed. I don't know if it's true or not.
I wasn't there at the time, but that happened in Japan during the Cage tour in Japan. So we're going back to 1982, something like that. And according to Rob, because you know these stories are all down to Rob. According to Rob, both Tigers and Scorpion were playing the same city, but they were staying at the same hotel. And basically, Tigers of Pantang went for a sold out. Like the big venue got sold out, and Scorpions didn't, and that was it. So that's the story. But they ended up drinking and having fun at the hotel, so everything was fine.
Oh, you guys!
This is according this obviously. This is not me. I'm not. You know, I wasn't there. I was yet too small, too young to do it. But yeah. Rob always told us this thing.
Awesome. Jack, you're a music teacher, right?
Yep.
And I'd like to talk a little bit about like this career you got. If you can just talk to us a little bit about it.
Well, so I am I'm 100% musically involved because I play with Tigers and I have another couple of projects. Me doing original stuff. I've been the singer of a Led Zeppelin tribute band here in Italy since almost like 26 years, since 1988 in 1998. And I'm a freelance journalist, so I write for a couple of magazines. I write for classic rock, So as I say, sometimes I'm also the enemy. So I know sometimes I'm right where you are asking the artists. So and then because you have to make a living, you have to pay the bills.
True.
And I started teaching. I started teaching, doing vocal coaching, and then now I'm involved in a project here in Florence, in a school in Florence, where I teach young bands how to become a band. So I teach young bands to write their own stuff, how you write your own stuff, how you kind of build up the confidence, and you build up what I would call the bound to become a band, because sometimes it's not easy. It's not it's not easy. It's not just about playing well, as I keep on saying. It's not about, sometimes each member plays perfectly well their parts, but still the song doesn't sound good, because you have to understand and you have to listen to each other. You have to kind of build up your confidence, and it's not just about playing. It's about also how you interact with the audience, so little tricks that obviously you don't. I had to learn, myself, by going on by gig after gig, but nowadays, because also the whole music, I would say the whole music
has changed a lot.
Yeah, if even not the business, the way young people live music is completely different from us. Meaning, we were buying records. They don't buy records. They listen to music. Exactly. We used to go to gigs. They go to only to big festivals, and they're not used to go to small gigs, and they're not used to. They're not used to go like every Friday to the same old club and listen to the band that's playing, even without even knowing who's the band.
True,
Meaning,
we used to do that.
I'm old enough that even Florence, there used to be. I'm from Florence, but there used to be like I would say 3-4 clubs. So on Wednesday we used to go to one specific club because we know that somebody's playing there, and then on Friday somewhere else, and that's where you build up. You watch bands playing. You watch bands playing. You hear bands playing. You watch bands playing, and you get the perception of how a band should look like, or how a band should, perform and everything. And nowadays it's all big, it's all TV. People are, you get TV,
thing,
you get all exactly, and you got probably you have X Factor even in Brazil. So, and they, these artists have to play one song that it lasts 3 minutes, and they become rock star after playing, 12 songs, 3 minutes, a 3-minute song 12 times, and and then they go touring, and they have no idea what's touring's like.
You have crash right in the middle of the tour.
Yeah, you have to play each day, day after day after day, 3, 4, 5 gigs in a row. That's the thing. So, and that's where I think a vocal coach. Yeah, a vocal coach is useful, because it doesn't give you just the tools to to sing correctly, but also gives you all the tools to allow yourself to treat your voice and to preserve your voice from any possible problem. And like, it's not just cold. It's not just having a flu or having cold. It's about also avoiding to stress too much your voice, because that's what happens.
Gotcha. And Jack, during your courses as well, do you also teach the let's say the kids, how the life is on tour, or how, like, giving tips about touring,
because there's this whole misconception about touring that you're every day in a different country and it's fun and it's having a good time, which is, it's true, we're having a good time, but sometimes you get to a place and you just see the hotel, and then you see the venue, and then you're somewhere else. So it happened to me when the Tygers played in Sao Paulo. I just saw the hotel lobby, my hotel room. Then we went to play the gig in the venue. I don't remember the name of the venue. I'm sorry. And then the next day we were on the plane to go to, I don't remember even another city. And we had to take a plane, but because it was like I think it was like a 3 hours plane to flight. So so that was it. I have a photo because I went, since that we had no time to get to Sao Paulo. I went up on the on the rooftop. There was a swimming pool at the rooftop of the hotel, and I managed to do a photo of some. To see, at least I say, okay, this is Sao Paulo. Wow, it's huge.
I've been here.
I've been here. Yeah, and it's huge. Meaning,
it is.
The only 2 days that we had a couple of days off. It was when we arrived, and we arrived in Rio. In Rio, and we had like a day off before start touring, so we managed to go, sightseeing.
Relax a little bit.
We managed to go to the beach and to have a little walk and awesome. Things. But that was it. That was it. So
it's very
the tips are exactly. So if you look at the schedule, unless you're a very like a big band with a huge production like Metallica or Rolling Stones,
stuff like that.
Guns N' Roses, that obviously they have days off in between gigs, because they literally they need time to build the stage, the production, and everything. But when it comes down to, you know, our side and you know, our dimension and you know, and what we do is like, it's mostly every, you know, when you're on tour, it's like, it's 4
Every
gigs,
single
5
night.
gigs. Yeah, it's 5 gigs, it's 4 or 5 gigs in a row and then a day off. That's what happens.
Well, since we're talking about that, I want to also ask you a question, because you are a teacher.
Yeah.
Jack, how do you prepare your voice, and also what the techniques you have? Because as you said, you guys touring a lot. As you said, sometimes 5,
Well,
6 days. So walk us through the whole magic.
This is a mix of things. First of all, obviously, you need to know very well the songs. You need to know not just, you know, not how to sing them, but how be ready and be prepared, feel so comfortable on the songs that whatever happens, you can arrange yourself. And the other thing is that you have to be careful. You can't, even though it's fun, sometimes it's, you know, it would be wonderful. But my thing is that you know, after show, yes, I come to meet I go and meet the fans and everything. But at some point, I need to go to sleep. The more I sleep, it's simple. The more I sleep, the better my voice is, because I need my voice to rest. That's the thing. So I know that it goes against the, you know, the rock and roll lifestyle, but you know, partying all night, you can do that when you're in your 20s and in your 30s. But when I'm in my 50s, I can't do that. I mean, I can do that on the very last show. The very last show, yes, I can indulge a little bit more, but otherwise, unfortunately, no sleep, too much drinking doesn't help your voice. I don't smoke, so that's awesome, a really good thing. Awesome. Yeah, that's a really good thing. The other thing is that, you know, before starting the concert, what I do is that I do sometimes, you know, a little bit of
warm-up stuff,
warm-ups and scales and everything. But one of the most important thing for me is that, you know, half an hour before the show, I need half an hour to get set up
the thing.
I would say in the zone, meaning, okay, I have to now it's time for me to get concentrated, to get in the gigs, to get in the mood, to get all of my body and all. It's not just the voice, as it's all my body and my mind set for the show. That's very important. That's really important, because otherwise you tend to get on stage and it takes a couple of songs to get things right. And in the long term, it's really tiring and frustrating. So you better do it in advance. And so that first song is like you've been already half a set go, meaning from your mind point of view, and that's what makes it work. Yeah, and we don't Tygers. We don't have ballads. So a Tygers show is like an hour and a half of dang, a fast and furious song. There's not really that much. There's not many songs you can that I can, you know, I can think that band slows down. So it's, especially for me and the drummer Craig, it's quite an intense show. I mean, it's not like the Ramones, but it is quite intense. It is quite intense, and at the same time, it's quite challenging, because it's not like, you know, when it comes down to Tygers, obviously we were included because the Tygers were there at the time in the new wave of British heavy metal. But as every single new wave of British heavy metal, every single band had a very specific sound, very different. It's not like, you know, you know, if you think about Def Leppard, Iron Maiden, and Saxon. So Tygers, yes, they are a new wave of British heavy metal, but they have a little bit of they are certainly related to hard rock from the 70s, and then especially with the first album, there's a lot of punk attitude because of Jess Cox singing. And then you go from Jess Cox, and then you go to John Deverill, who had a complete different range and a completely different voice. So even for me, it took a while to find the perfect way to be myself, but to incorporate all the elements of the different singers. So you go from from Susie Smile and Slave to Freedom to Hellbound and Love Don't Stay, and the more, and then you go to the songs that are, the songs that I sang on the first place. And you have to put them all together because
adapt your voice in the way the band's all together.
Without sounding
like it.
Exactly, without sounding like I am imitating. Oh, this is Jess Cox. I sings like Jess Cox, and it's John Deverill. No, I wanted to put them all together.
And this, Jack. Carry on.
I've been listening to a lot. I've been listening to a lot of. I have to say, let's say this. I've been listening to a lot of bootlegs, to be honest, way back in the 80s, to see how John Deverill was singing the song Jess Cox sang at the time. So to see how he was dealing with this completely different kind of voice, and then I adapted this to my style. Personality and to my style and my voice, and it
worked out.
It took a while. It took a while. Now I'm very comfortable, but it took a while. Yeah,
because that's what I was gonna talk about a little bit, like the way how your vocal range had to work to adapt the old Tiger of Pantang to now. I mean, you haven't been in the band for almost 20 years, right?
Yeah.
So it's a long time, but you have to adapt the old Tiger of Pantang, the new one. I mean, that's a new one because and the vocal range. I mean, as you said, like the way how you did.
It's amazing. It's been a hard work. It's like
it's a hard work.
It's like being an actor in a way. It's like being an actor. It's trying to understand what to do and to get into the and just get into the character. The other thing is that exactly. The other thing is that if you think about the the classic Tygers, Wildcat, Spellbound, Crazy Nights, and The Cage, in between within 2 years, 1980, 1982, Tygers released 4 albums, and they're all different. And you go from really from Euthanasia to Paris by Air. So my other thing was like, how can we go on stage and be fast and furious, with the old stuff, and then sing something more AOR like Paris by Air or Lonely at the Top from The Cage. Also because the audience wants to hear everything, meaning we added Paris by Air since last year. We added in the set, and I was shocked how many people, even the most the heaviest headbanger on front row, with like I don't know, with a Sepultura t-shirt, the minute we played Paris by Air, which is very pop, it goes mad. So we said, wow. So so that's it. So we need to have that song in the set, but then we need to have also, if we don't play Slave to Freedom, or if we don't play, I don't know, Hellbound or Gangland, people get angry because obviously they want to hear the heavy stuff. And then you got the new stuff, which we've been meaning since I joined the band, we've been releasing 4 albums?
4, yeah.
5 albums. 4 albums? I don't remember. Well, whatever. Animal Instinct to Animal Instinct to Ambush 2016. 5 albums. Yes. And also with those albums,
they're very different from one to each other.
Yeah, they are different, and for me it was like a research to try to write an album that could incorporate all of the different elements. So, like for instance, when we released Ambush, which was the second one I recorded with Chris Stangaridis' production and everything, when I listened to the final product, I said, "Wow, this is to me, this sounds like the album that Tygers should have written after Crazy Nights, because it has all the elements from that area, but also had some more melodic elements that would have made the progression into the cage a little bit more fluid and not like bang, changed one thing from another. And it's the same thing that happened with the other albums, and with the latest one, which is Bloodlines, which to me, after it's been released since almost a year, and it's the album that I keep on listening. Because that artists don't listen very often to their own stuff, but that's an album that I like to listen and to go back and listen. And I think that it incorporates everything that a Tiger fan would love to listen. There is the melodic, there is the fast songs, there is the riff-based songs, there is the melodic one, and sometimes it's all in one song, meaning the song like "In My Blood" and "Fire on the Horizon," that have all the elements that that makes a Tygers song.
From the album Bloodlines from last year, man, these two songs I keep listening to like over and over and over, and the videos as well. One is "Fire of Horizon."
Okay.
And the other one, "The Edge of the World." I mean, both of them, especially the clips, they really caught my attention. And I'd like to talk about the "Fire of Horizon." How you guys came up with the song, and also like the video, man, because they're like, I mean, I like it. I mean, it's really nice,
Well, Fire on the Horizon. It's hats off to Francesco Maras, the guitar player. He from scratch from the very first moment, he wanted to write a fast song, and he said, one of my favorite songs in the Tygers catalog is "Running Out of Time," so I want to write something in that vibe. And he came up with almost a song complete. It's one of those songs that he had a clear idea of how the sound, the music should sound like. And he sent the demo, an instrumental demo, and in Tygers, it's me and Craig, the drummer, that works on the lyrics and the melodies. It's like a partnership. Sometimes he writes. Sometimes we write together. Sometimes he write the whole thing, and then I sing it, and I put my personality into his ideas. And sometimes it's me writing everything, and he just double checks and see if he likes it or not. So with "Fire on the Horizon," we both received the demo, and I think within less than a day, Craig came up with the lyrics. And he said, I have the lyrics. And he sang me the melodies. And he said, then just do whatever you want with the melodies. The lyrics were there and everything. So it was really a very fast song to write, because it was. And Craig told me that he listened to the music, and he had these images of clear images of the raven flying from and to the sun. And
that's what I was gonna ask, like, how this raven thing came about, Interesting.
Well, he had this image, and then he went on Google, and he went on internet, and there was he started looking at all the symbolism related to raven. And that's how he came up with the idea. The song is about depression. It's unbelievably, but it's about depression. It's about accepting the fact that the first thing you have to do if you get caught in depression is to accept the fact that you have a problem, and you have to try to talk about it, take it out of your chest and talk about it. And according to, I think, the symbolism, the raven is the image that it tells about when you are sick, and the raven is the symbol that emphasize the fact that you have to take it all out. So that was the idea.
It's pretty much like the what do you call it? Like the door, the open door. The
yeah,
flying
exactly. He's the carrier. He's the carrier. He's the raven. Yeah, he's the raven. It takes all your illness out. So and with Edge of the World, that was more like a teamwork, because Rob had the original riff, the very heavy riff, and then he started working. So he worked on that riff, and then he passed it on to Francesco, and Francesco came up with the chorus and the middle section, the one that has the acoustic guitar, the more Spanish sounding like, and that was and the idea, the inspiration for that was Francesco told us that he said, I wanted to write something that would kind of relate to Innuendo from Queen, the central part, and he wanted like a breakdown, because this is a heavy song, so you need to have a little bit of breakdown to then explode again. And again, that was a teamwork between me and Craig about the idea of this kind of post-world, post-World War, atomic. Exactly. That was it. And I think it was Andy Pilkington who did the video, Andy Pilkington did the video, and Andy Pilkington is also the guy who did the Bloodlines cover. So he's an artist. He works also with KK Priest. He's been doing a lot of stuff. So he's a really, really talented guy. And Craig started talking with him about, this is what is the world, this is what the lyrics are all about, and he came up with all the images of the post-atomic. He came up with those ideas, and plus we filmed ourselves, meaning we did some live show, we played live the song, and there were with a couple of people recording us,
doing the whole
so
thing.
There was a little bit of us also in the video. That was it. Yep.
Nice, man. I mean, so this guy helped you produce the video, both videos.
Awesome, he's Andy Pilkington. Yeah, he's really talented. He's a great artist. He's a really great artist. And we contacted him because he did in the past a video, like a lyric video for us. And then when we were looking for somebody to work with for the artwork, for the artwork for Bloodlines, because for Bloodlines I came up with the idea of Bloodlines with the title, but obviously I had no visual idea. I said I like the word Bloodlines. I like the concept between Bloodlines, because once a tiger is always a tiger. There's a bloodline, that goes from 1980 to here. So and I wanted to also make clear, but also I wanted to make clear that Tygers had many lineup changes. But every ex-member contributed to the Tygers history. So the Bloodlines is that, as I said, once a Tiger is always a Tigers. If you've been in Tygers, we respect your contribution, because we wouldn't be. Well, this is what I feel. The band wouldn't be here without everybody's help and contribution. So that was my concept, and Andy Pilkington. So we contacted Andy Pilkington, and we basically discovered that Andy Pilkington had as his reference and his most loved artist Rodney Matthews, who was the one who did the painter and the artist who did Crazy Nights and did Ambush. So he actually, to a degree, that he said, I wanted to be, an artist and a graphic artist because of Rodney Matthews' work. So he said, I want to work with Tygers because you had 2 covers from him. I want to be part of the history of this history. And that's how he came, and that's so he was really enthusiastic. He was really into it.